What's up, guys? Tim, some damn fools. Whew. Friday evening. I look rough. I need a haircut and a shave. Getting a cut and a shave tonight. That's neither here nor there. Going riding in the morning. New actuator came. Did the sway bar delete. Hadn't done no more than backed it out of the shop. Changed and refilled my diff fluids. Checked my oil. Everything's good on that. Did all my maintenance. New actuator came. Hell yeah. So this one went weak and eventually died. Big shout out to Honda BKTs, brother. Appreciate you. That thing got me by. All right, guys, real quick, I want to point out something to you. If you've got a Honda Rubicon, I'm guessing going with Foreman too. Pretty much, I don't know, any bike with push button four-wheel drive. All right. If your stuff just quits working, get a 10mm wrench. On a Honda, there are 3 bolts. I'll turn over the old one to show you the locations. See the locations. Top bolt here, it's under it. Here, it's under it. Here, it's under it. On the bike, you can't see neither one of them. That's what it looks like. All right. So the new one came with the O-ring. The Honda shop ordered me a new O-ring anyway, so that's a good thing. Just making sure. And let's see, I did in fact get my new airbox drain with the clip, so I picked that up too at the same time. Whew. The biggest pain in the ass here, guys, is going to be this clip, of which you can see I butchered the shit out of this and the other side. So key component, this dielectric grease. So it's getting ready to go back in. I just thought I'd try and see if I could maybe set it up and show you guys about how easy it is. If your stuff quits working, if your four-wheel drive quits working, take a 10mm, back your bolts out to where they're hand loose, pull and jiggle on the actuator, or even pull the actuator out of the bike. Sometimes it may be hung. If it's hung, most of the time they'll start working as soon as you pull it off the bike. Now if that's the case, you can get by with it on a weak one for a little while, but you have to barely tighten it up. So that in turn allows infiltration of dirt and water and mud and anything else you run your bike through to get in the actuator. So that's the only downfall to that, and that's what I was doing. Hopefully you guys can see. And so that's what was going on with me. So now I've got a new one, and these come clocked. Let me point this out. See that gear? See right here, the mouth. All right, that's the key it sits on. 12 o'clock straight up and down is two-wheel drive. The bike needs to be in two-wheel drive to do this job. Oh, man, I hope you guys can see. Boy, it's about a balancing act there. So I don't know how much of this video you can see, but I figure this could help someone. Maybe you're going through issues with your four-wheel drive. So I don't know with the new one, but I'm assuming you go ahead and push it all the way in. Now guys, here for me is the biggest juggle. Go ahead and get you a screw close, because once you get the bottom one, you know, once you get one going, it's pretty much home free from there. You'll have to wiggle. Never tighten down the first one you get. Always leave them loose. And if it's not going at first, wiggle it back and forth until it catches. Like that. Don't know if you guys can see that, but I got luckier than hell. I've done this a few times, so having the in and out mind, you know, pimping and limping, balling on a budget, trying to get by, save a weekend, you know, have a weekend, hell. So once you get 2, you're pretty much home free then. Just tighten them all the way in. And before I get them too tight, go ahead and put my third critter into play. Make sure I get him started. I never start my bolts, and I know you experienced guys, nobody does, with the ratchet on. You always do it by hand. When you have to push, like, let's say the skid plate earlier on the sway bar delete, when you have to push, you know, maybe push to get the bolt going there, that's one thing. But any metal to metal, any of that, nah. machine to machine. So 7 foot-pounds of torque is supposed to be, I think, what the guru said. So I'm assuming that's not much. My old actuator, I couldn't put any on it. So I'm going to tighten this down to where it's difficult by hand, one-handed, and then we'll try from there. All right, getting the camera dirty as hell. So if you guys couldn't see that, man, I'm really sorry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and dielectric grease the plug. Let's see. All right, let me move the camera. Damn, I had this thing filthy. All right, so got the plug back here. I'm not going to pull all these plastics off to do this job. I've done it a few times, like I said. So I am just going to work around everything. Make sure you get it down to your connectors real good. Damn it. Yeah. All right. So go ahead and plug them critters in. Let's see. Told you I look rough, so shut up. Alright. So clip at the top, that is destroyed. Let's go behind the shit here so I got more room. Okay. There you go. Make sure you get it seated good. Give it an extra good squeeze there. Greasy mitts off. So I've got it tightened way tighter than I could do my actuator. Let's see if we get action. It says it. Well, I heard it. Let's rock the bike. There we go. Indeed, four-wheel drive showed up. Y'all heard it and seen it. All right, guys, so that's the tip. All right, Rubicon owners, everything up under here is for your four-wheel drive. There's a bunch of diodes, all kinds of craziness. But you need to dielectric grease if you're going to take them deep. But yeah, guys, if your four-wheel drive quits working, it locks in, it's locked out. Loosen it up, take it off. It'll probably kick on. If so, you got a weak one. Go ahead and order a new one. Put your new one back on. Don't torque it too hard. I think the torque spec is 7 feet-pounds per inch. Blah blah blah. Again, shout out to Honda on BKT's, brother. I appreciate you letting me get that actuator. Even though it was just shipping, it was something you had. It meant the world to me, and it kept me riding, brother. And for that, I appreciate it. Y'all get over there, like and subscribe to Honda on BKT. My brother, I appreciate you helping me out with that, man. Thank you. Y'all stay tuned.